Hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope you are all celebrating the Thanksgiving with your families and everybody. So, our household is busy, and I was having a nice chat with my children, and I was kind of telling them about AI and how to really understand the vast technological change that's happening right now and how we could be wise to use it properly, not to be afraid of it, not to throw it away, but to really understand the implications to our health and wellness and our uh, general way of life, and everything is changing. It's going to change very much. This morning, my friend was saying that he knows one employment agency, a big one, that has laid off 200 experts. So that's what's going to happen. Now, I have come up with a course where they were teaching how to become a AI generalist. What they're talking about is we do have subject matter experts. We do have jobs that are given to various titles, CEO, CFO, or marketing expert, or any number of experts are hired on major roles now, right? Now, they're going to be replaced by what are called AI agents, right? To know what these AI agents do, what are the applications are there, and compiling them for the use of the company or the state or government, whatever, that is important. So those roles are going to be very important. That means the management, the business side of it, and the monetary side of it, but also the technological efficiency part of it. And there you bring in all these different AI agents together and buck them well. Okay, that's what they were talking about. And one thing I'm interested is how is this going to affect us? Is that going to uh, see? The human connection is lost. Okay, my friend Kareem was talking about this morning. Um, but what I was want to focus on is what's my perspective. How can you be in the present and bring that presence to our life in the age of AI? Okay, so mine is a wellness plus wisdom perspective. Where ancient wisdom meets the digital age. We discover how technology shapes and can deepen our humanity. Okay, so that's what I was going to focus on in the next few minutes. This is a big discussion, so I'm not going to hold you for the entire Thanksgiving day, but more like a spark some interest and see whether anybody has similar ideas that I was exploring these days. Okay, so as you look at it, the ancient viewpoint is the separation is a mental construct, not a physical reality. Thousands of years ago, the sages understood something neuroscience is only now configuring. The feeling of disconnection doesn't come from external circumstances, it emerges from how we perceive and process our reality. See, the sages taught that consciousness itself a connection. That is the connection. When awareness is full, the illusion of separation dissolves, right? When it fragments the awareness, we feel isolated, even in a crowded room, even surrounded by connected devices. That is what's happening with a lot of devices connected, right? These days, this is a digital age. So understand that, and then you will be able to really understand that growing fear across wellness circles and boardrooms alike. A quiet anxiety is spreading. Is AI replacing human connection? We see chatbots answering questions once uh, reserved for friends, algorithms curating experiences we used to discover together, and screens mediating movements that once required presence, right? But what if we are looking at the wrong problem? The real issue isn't artificial intelligence, it is the fragmented awareness. We are not losing connection because of technology, we are losing it because we have forgotten how to be present. And technology has simply magnifies this ancient human challenge. This challenge was there from ancient times, but this technology has magnified that. That's the point. I want to point it out and see whether that is true or not in your life. You know, then you will be able to really understand where you are going from. Okay, so this growing fear is something nagging a lot of people who are looking at how is this AI going to affect our human condition. That's what they are looking for, right? So today's reality, it creates unprecedented challenges to sustained awareness and genuine presence. We are always online, 24/7 connectivity. This creates the expectation of constant availability, eroding boundaries between work, rest, and restoration. Everything is going all over. Okay. And this constant stimulation, dopamine driven design, keeps us reaching for the next notification, the next scroll, or the next digital hit, right? And most of our interactions are kind of shallow, quick texts and emoji reactions. They replace unnamed conversations, reducing emotional depth to simple reactions. Emotional depth should be really deep, but then they reduce to simple reactions. And the more we do it, the more we have the emotional exhaustion. This cognitive load of managing hundreds of micro interactions leaves us drained with nothing left for meaningful connection. See, that's what's happening. So once you understand that, then you will be able to figure it out what's going on. See, what we are experiencing is, see, technology has performed a strange paradox. It has expanded our reach while diluting our depth. We can message someone across the globe in seconds and struggle to truly see the person sitting across from us at dinner. We have more friends than ever before, hundreds, sometimes thousands on social platforms, right? Yet, loneliness rates have never been higher. We document our lives obsessively, but often forget to actually live them. People are taking the shots of the dinner, but they should be focusing on enjoying the dinner. Okay, and we are connected everywhere and nowhere at once. This is a paradox. This isn't connection, it is connected theater, the appearance of togetherness masking profound isolation. The appearance of togetherness masking profound isolation. That's what's happening. That is what we are experiencing now. Removed from the present, that is what we are doing, right? all the time connected but not connected, isolated. So where does this disconnection start? This information overload, my subject, right? Brains, we process 5 times more information daily than a generation ago. 5 times. We are drowning in data while starving for wisdom. We have a lot of data, but we kind of lack wisdom, right? That's what we see. And also, there are so many tasks. We have the task saturation. So if you take any average professional, he or she juggles multiple projects, platforms, and priorities simultaneously. Multitasking, they call it, right? That is a fragmenting focus across competing demands. That is what the multitasking is. Okay, it fragments your focus, and attention also fragmented because studies show we check our phones 96 a day. Each interruption fractures presence, making sustained awareness nearly impossible. And then digital dependency. We have also switched memory to devices, navigation to apps, and thinking to search engines. Not necessarily bad, but that's actually what's happening. But you lose touch with our innate capabilities. We used to calculate better without the calculator. We used to remember places better without the navigation apps. And we were thinking for ourselves at depth because we are not outsourcing to some search engines, right? So these are not technology problems. They are awareness problems that technology makes visible. Okay, this is a very profound thing. Actually, if you look at it, what is going to happen to our human beings as a whole, you know? So I kind of worry about that, all the time. And then when AI itself is said to be neutral, because the truth that that is evident to us is that everything changes. So AI amplifies whatever state of mind we bring to it. I will repeat that again. AI amplifies whatever state of mind we bring to it, to AI. So when we approach technology from a place of distraction, rushing, and fragmentation, AI accelerates our disconnection. It becomes another tool for avoiding presence, another way to outsource our humanity. But when we bring conscious awareness to our digital interactions, AI transforms into something different entirely. A tool for liberation, for reclaiming time and attention, for focusing on what truly matters, human flourishing. This is what I am trying to do for myself. Okay. The question isn't whether AI is good or bad. The question is, what consciousness are we bringing to the counter? Again, the question, what consciousness are we bringing to the encounter with any technology, actually? Right? As we understand all the problems of information overload, everything that I told you, and we can be more aware of how we are inside and what we are bringing to the AI. So it is what you bring to the AI is more important. I would say get your presence back. You see, get your consciousness. See, when you're unconscious, let's see how AI hurts us. So suppose you are replacing human rituals that you are used to do. AI chatbots stand in for the listening ear of a friend. Automated responses replace thoughtful consideration. This is what's happening with those chatbots, right? And then if uh, feeding speed that really instant answers, they create impatience with the slower, richer pace of human understanding and wisdom. That's why this speeds up addiction. Then reduces mindful communication. When you are communicating, unconsciously, AI hurt you by reducing mindful communication. Autocomplete. Even before you write the word, it is done, right? And suggestion features. A lot of suggestions are flowing through. They short circuit the deliberate act of choosing our words with care. So when we are speaking, we want to exercise that. Right? And then AI hurts us when we are unconscious by shrinking emotional bandwidth. We lose the capacity for complexity, nuance, and the beautiful messiness of authentic human emotion. So when you're unconscious, how AI hurts, it replaces your human rituals, feeds speed addiction, and reduces your mindful communication and shrinks emotional bandwidth. Okay? But you are conscious, for example, when you are conscious, how AI helps us. That's what I'm saying. Bring your presence to it. Do you know what you are doing? Okay, how does it? It does allow more time for meaning. By handling routine tasks, AI frees hours for what matters: deep conversation, creative work, presence with the loved ones. All these things are enhanced because the routine tasks are. This is what happens to me. I use AI for the mundane routine tasks and all those rituals. They are done better, they are better, faster. It leaves time for me for to spend what is important for me, which is deep conversation. Really knowing what you really feel, what is inside of you, and also what is the creative work like, and how can I really be present with my loved ones. Okay. And also, when you're conscious, it causes less cognitive burden because offloading information management, that offloading as the information management clears mental space for insight, intuition, and genuine presence, right? And then it allows deeper conversations with the logistics, logistics are handled. We can focus energy on emotional attunement and meaningful dialogue. Meaningful dialogue really when you're conscious and present. And then you have more compassion because when you're not overwhelmed by tasks, we have bandwidth to truly see and care for those around us. Okay. So as the ancient telling and the ancient teaching telling us, AI removes noise so the heart can offer music. That's my favorite saying. AI removes noise so that the heart can offer its music. Okay, heartfulness. That's a big deal for me, right? So hopefully you got that all together, what I was talking about. Okay. Finally, if you have lost connection with your loved ones, your world, or your earth, or anything, how do we know when we are drifted into unconscious technology use? I'm going to give you some subtle signs that reveal the erosion of the presence. One is shallow listening. You don't listen, you just hear, but nothing resisted. See, you found yourself formulating responses where others are still speaking. You want to say your piece, you want to assert yourself, and not checking your phone mid conversation without realizing it. A lot of people do that. And then the impulse reactions, you respond to a message instantly without pausing to consider. That is the reaction versus response I talk about. So this is driven by urgency, this impulsive reaction, rather than intention. And you develop emotional numbness, you feel less. Both joy and pain, they are muted. They are replaced by low grade anxiety and constant distraction. Loneliness, despite access. You have hundreds of contacts, but no one to truly talk to. You are surrounded by connection, yet feel profoundly alone. So, awareness is the bridge between two souls. Remember that. Awareness is the bridge between two souls. Okay? These are important statements I was making for me, and I'm sure it is the same with any human being. Okay, we're all in the same boat. So how can you reclaim this connection we are losing because we're not in the presence consciously? Here is a beautiful truth. Connection returns the moment awareness returns. I'll repeat that again. Connection returns the moment awareness returns. You don't need to abandon technology or retreat from modern life. I never retreated from modern life. I am in the modern life, but I understand modern life. I see the problems of modern life, and then also want to find solutions. And some of them I find in the ancient wisdom, some of them in the scientific medicine. Okay, so you need some micro practices that anchor your presence throughout your day. This is important. Pay attention. If you have not listened to anything in this talk, these micro practices that you can do on a daily basis, they restore your presence. Okay? Not restore, they anchor you in presence. Number one, you don't want to react, you want to respond, right? But then you want to pause before response. Take 3 conscious breaths before replying to any message. Let that urgency dissolve into intentionality. So that's the one. Pause before responding. Number 2, then speak with full presence. In conversations, practice retaining attention to the person in front of you each time your mind wanders. Okay, speak with full presence, being aware of the person opposite you. Number 3, use breath to reset yourself. When you notice fragmentation, take 5 deep breaths, feel your body, return to now. Okay, that's simple, right? 3. And then fourth one is observe instead of reacting. Okay, notice or just to check your phone without immediately acting on them. You have the impulse to look at my phone, but you are immediately not acting on them. You take a pause. Watch the impulse arise and pass. You have the impulse of attending to my phone, and then you let it go. So my thing is AI plus awareness is the human evolution, bringing the AI, modern science, awareness from the ancient wisdom. When used with conscious intention, AI does not diminish us. Conscious intention. It actually elevates our ability to serve, heal, and uplift other people, other causes. So it becomes a tool for human flourishing rather than human replacement. So this is the future we choose. Technology in service of presence, automation in the service of connection, intelligence in service of wisdom. Okay? Hopefully you got all that, that's an important thing. So as you understand what are the signs of disconnection, as you understand what are the things that you could do on a daily basis, these micro practices I told about. Okay, so I have this proactive wellness model, the practical framework of presence first and awareness second, and wisdom as guide and compassion always. I think it's easy to remember. If you say, begin with awareness, begin with being in the present, ground yourself before engaging with any technology. That's the thing you could do in the morning. That's why my morning routine tells you to be here and now, to be establishing your presence, not in your persona. Most of the people are in their persona, in their ego, in their personality, are thought-made artificial thing. And they think that is them. That's actually their shadow. And the second thing is, once you are present, you be aware of that. You land in that and then use wisdom from your insights of whatever. Let that ancient principle inform modern choices. Slow down to speed up. You slow down to eventually speed up. Okay? And always maintain that compassion, passion for everybody. Those are my model, proactive wellness model, where you start with the present, be aware, and use the wisdom, insights from the information, not the whole information, and always entertain compassion. Okay, for passion for everybody. Okay, if you can do that, then you are on the way. Okay, so what is the role in you in this new story? Show up fully in every conversation, every email, every moment of choice. Bring your whole self. Respond mindfully. Pause, breathe, choose presence over speed, and then lead with awareness. Show up fully, respond mindfully, and lead with awareness. See, model conscious technology they use for those around you. You can model them, all the conscious. So the intention is you join this movement of proactive wellness and help build a more connected, conscious humanity. Connected, conscious humanity. Together, we are creating a future where ancient wisdom and modern intelligence support human flourishing. That's my role. That's my goal. That's what I'm doing. I am Dr. Rao Kulsu. I am the CEO and CW of BA LLC, an online wellness company. So where ancient wisdom meet modern intelligence, modern science, modern medicine. Thank you. And anybody has any questions or any comments? Usually, Peter, you want to come up and tell me what did you get out of this talk? This is important talk for anybody who is living in this age and dealing with AI. So if you understand this philosophy, then you understand what my concern and what is going to happen if you are not conscious and build those things. Okay? I poured my whole into it. Nobody has a responsibility. This is unconscious. Not being conscious, not being aware, not being actively involved in anything. It's not me saying these things are happening. This is going on here. There's a growing fear among all people. Like this morning, my friend Karim expressed that, this growing fear about which is a fragmented awareness that is going on. That is the real issue. Okay, that's why returning to presence in the age of AI. You don't want to get stuck in your role, in your past, or in your so-called future, but you want to be here and now in the presence. That should have resonated with you if you are not conscious. That should have resonated with you if you notice that you have been unconscious. Okay. So understanding fragmented awareness as the root problem and then cultivating this presence from morning till evening is quite possible and is a wise thing to do in my way of looking at things. Okay. I look at lot of suffering, lot of fragmentation among people's minds and people and all that. This is a lot of dukkha, that is suffering. Okay, but once you realize we are all one energy and we are all in one awareness, and you be acting with that awareness in the presence, you will see that noticeable change in your being, in your heart, in your mind, in your body, and very blissful way of living as a human being. Okay, but you have to discover it for yourself, right? If I say that, you cannot touch my inner bliss and serenity and peace and happiness that I am experiencing because of this habit of being in the present moment awareness. Okay, So you can also be that and try it out and see how it feels. Or your mind is so occupied with everything around you and everything that happened in your life, and you're going from that thought network, then you don't know what is awareness is, you don't know what is to be in the present all the time. You got to experience that. Okay. So anybody is coming, or um, you can go and visit the talk again if you want to know more about what I'm saying. This is a huge problem going to be attacking us very soon. Large communities are going to find themselves laid off. Large communities or experts are going to not have the prominence that they have. AI is going to take over those cognitive abilities, your intellectual aspects, number of things. You will be reduced to nothing but right fearing consequences and experiencing a lot of unpleasantness because you lose the economic background or you lose the bearings of your inner being and all that. So don't do that. Don't wait for that to happen. This is going to happen at a massive scale. That's the fear. Fragmented awareness is the fear, is the root cause. That's why this growing fear people have. Okay. But they're looking at outwardly. Going to lose a number of jobs. We're going to lose a lot of things that we enjoy and all that. But if you really understand and really yield this instrument of significant technological change and really wield it to your advantage, which I am trying to do. So I don't want to lose what I have, but rather I want to understand how to preserve that, how to help other people to really recognize that inner being and stay there. That's the presence. That is the present moment awareness. Okay, I can go on talk like this. I don't know whether it made any difference on you guys. And my job is to come and share it here. I did, and after that, you could get stuck in your own thought network, or you can break out of it and be present every moment of the day and enjoy your life. Hopefully, you have a good Thanksgiving dinner waiting for you, and you can go and enjoy it for now. Okay, at least be there in the present, savor that food, enjoy the company, and spread the cheer around. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.